Hey everybody, Carl here, and doing something a little different. Hey, I'm always doing something a little bit different. You know, I can hear it. Get back in the shop, and I am. I've got cameras set up back there. I'm working on that, but I wanted to show you this. Uh, Seems like 'tis the season for 3D printers. I know that Lucky Larry showed his, and Doug and with Bob have been putting his together. And so I wanted to show you guys the one that I got for my birthday slash Christmas, and it's the Louder LK4, and I wanted to show you the assembly of it and my setup of it, and I thought it might be interesting if somebody had one, or you know, there's some points on this one that you can use for a lot of them. So I thought, yeah, I'll do this and just show everybody, and maybe it'll be helpful. That's what I'm always hoping for, that I'll make a video that'll help people. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, here we go. I thought it'd be appropriate that I would have Doug and Bob working on Doug's 3D printer as I opened up mine. The big box is magically shrunk down to a smaller box. Got the other box over there. And I got the kitty is checking out the paper, but here we have a smaller box. So, and this is my longer LK4. So let's get this one opened up. Okay, so you got this pretty orange. Oh man. Yeah, oh look, we got a bunch of goodies. A scraper. Wow, okay, cool. A rod, I believe that's the Z-axis rod. Okay. I'm gonna leave that in there for right now. Silicone bag. Instructions. And I hear that they are very good instructions. So we'll look at that in a little bit here. And then I have some filament that comes with it. This is the SD card and the USB adapter. Wraps, tie wraps, and looks like little spacers. So we're going to put these all in the very important nuts and stuff. So, you know what those are? Those are tips. Okay, those are extruder tips. So let me continue. I'll keep pulling, and this is solid here, so we got to pull this off. And here, this is all solid. So let me get back with you. Okay, still got Doug and Bob in the background. I kind of feel like it's virtual support. I got some of the parts laying here. I have. I put the gantry together. Now on mine, the whole gantry was to get that 3 bars were already attached. You might see some videos where you have to attach that bar, but in this one, this is already attached. So then I had to put the extruder slider on, and most all that was already on there. Now, you know, some people have to put everything on. So I put them on. You might want to make note on how this looks. It'll make it a lot easier when you have to slide this thing up through there. Okay, and I got all that. Now on the back, I got the motor on for the Z-axis going up and down, and I got the rod in and tightened. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm actually putting the whole gantry on by screws down here, and it's a little tricky, but that's where I'm at right now. So I want to take these shots so you get a better idea of what it actually looks like. If you know that, you're way ahead of the game, because the instructions, it's on paper and it's printed, and you can't tell as much. But okay, I'll be back with you. Okay, here's the front. Here's my pad, my touch screen to operate it. There's the base, and to try to shoot this while I was doing it, I couldn't do it, to be honest with you. So, but I thought if I gave you pictures of it and you see where each position is, that's the hardest part about this. Like on this bar, does it go one way or the other? And once you get that figured out, that is half the deal right there. Like this being in front, now there's a cable here that comes in, and I got to make sure I've got the screen right. I might have it upside down. I don't think I do, but I have to check that. And I believe I got all the plugs in, and I tell you, it's not as bad as you think. I'm going to show you why. At the beginning of your instructions, this is your beginning page. It tells you all the stuff and what it is, and it kind of gives you the position where it's at. Okay, I don't know why this ain't dialing in like it should. But then in the end, when you're putting it all together, they also have a deal down here that shows you the pad, and here it shows you how the plugs work, and each one is marked. Like the E is the extruder, the X is the X-axis, the Y and the Z. They're all, and each one of them have like a 2-wire and a 4-wire, and that helps too. So, if following the directions, it's a little, you got to think about it for a little bit, but overall it wasn't that bad. And this is mostly put together when you get it. Some of the earlier models, because I was watching on YouTube, you had to put a lot more together. So that's a pretty good deal in itself. And I didn't want to fire it up tonight. I just wanted to put this together, and maybe I'll have a part 2 where I'm actually printing something. But I just kind of wanted to give you guys a demonstration of throwing it together. So, okay, thanks so much for watching. Take care, everybody. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We'd love to have you be part of this. Okay, bye for now. Okay, got all set up. You're going to want to level out your table. And, different machines, I'm sure, do it different ways. But the way I was doing it, you want to have, in each corner, you want to be able to take a sheet of like regular printing paper and have it under the nozzle, and between the nozzle and the table, you want to be able to just feel a slight tug when you pull it through, and that's where it should be. Right now, I've got the filament that came with it, and I've got a full roll when I get this rolling. But right now, I'm feeding it down, and I hit extrude. Temperature came up, and it started moving it through there. And it's hard to see under here. There's a control table, and see if I can get a good shot here somewhere. It's so hard to get in there. Okay, I clicked my camera off. Let me get back. I got mine set over here on the front left corner, and it's feeding through. And once it starts coming out, we'll see where we're at. And then once we see that, we will and then I'll click on the board and I'll put a file in and see if we can get it start printing. Pretty exciting, I think. But yeah, so far so good. It's you got to kind of do your homework. I watched video on it and I downloaded the manual and tried to read all I could, but they don't tell you a lot. And some of it's in Chinese, so you know. Now this is for the longer LK4, yeah, and so that's you know, that's this machine, and they're all a little bit different. Let me check again, see where we're at under here. I don't know if I can. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can stop it now. So it's doing this. Let's do the head. I'll bring the head up, see if I can do that first. See. Okay, we got some coming out. Okay, so let's go back to here. Let's go to files. Click the whistle. Open. Yep. Let's start printing. Okay, it's heating up. It says 1 hour 7 minutes, and it should be done. The only thing left we have to do right now, the head is up to temperature. Let's see if I can show you that. Okay, yeah, there we go. The head is up temperature, and the pad is now coming. It's up to 41. It's coming up to 60. So as soon as it hits 60, I believe it'll start to print. So let's see what happens. There is a little bit right here. I don't know if you can see it, where the I'm having a hard time getting this focus. I'm sorry. I think you can see the filament where it's coming out of the head there, and so it extruded okay, so we're good there. Now, how much time we have left? 58, 59, it's at 60. So we'll have to see what happens now. There we go. Here we go. It's doing something. Let's show you this. Okay, head's starting to do something here. I said I wish I had my flashlight. Okay, everybody, it's the next day, and if you notice from here, you might see that I've changed colors. I put my big reel on finally, and I'm making a whistle again. What happened to the first whistle? Well, I found out, and this is a major point I want to make. I had my nozzle set too low to the bed, and because of that, it really pushed it down when it first started off, and I could not get it off. I ended up having to break it up and take it off in small pieces. And then I went and checked my heads again, and they were actually tighter than when I first set them. So I went back and I checked out the tutorials and what people said, and I think I still had it set too tight. So I brought them up. So now when I put a piece of paper underneath the nozzle, and I did this on all four corners. I went from that corner to the back corner to the front corner to the back corner, and I set it so the paper, you can feel it grabbing the paper, but it's not hard at all. I mean, you can feel that it's touching. You know, it's kind of like in the old days we used to set points on a car, and you'd put a piece of paper down there, and it'd be, you know, depending on what kind of paper you used in that, but you'd slide a piece of paper down there, and if it fit just where it's just tugging it, those were good to go. And with this one here, I made it even a bit lighter. It's like, I know it's touching the nozzle, but it's not grabbing it at all. And then I took and I used that fluffer pad, and I put just a little, I mean the slightest amount of talcum powder on the bed also. And they said that will help it from not sticking also, but it'll let it stick, you know, at the beginning where it needs to, but when it comes time to pull it off. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try it again today. It says that the time should be about an hour and 7 minutes. So I'll let you go for right now, and I'll bring you back. Hopefully we'll have a whistle that's done and it breaks off, and we're good to go. Okay, see you in a few. Okay. So after about an hour and 7 minutes, I didn't time it exactly, but it was pretty darn close. It's done. It came off real easy. Got some Chinese writing on there, you know. Even though it was actually made in America, huh? Okay, and here we go for the test. Headphone warning. It's going to be loud for a second. Okay, that's enough. We know it works. So there you go, guys. Like I said, I wanted to stress the leveling of the nozzle. You really want to get that so it barely feels the nozzle underneath it, and you want to do it with the nozzle empty, because if there's like a bubble dropping down, that's going to throw it off. You want it to be empty, so the exact end of the nozzle is at that certain distance to the plate. And other than that, now down the road I'm going to do a video where I get on like Tinkercad or one of those and make something, you know, kind of running through the basics of that, and then I'm going to send that to my slicer program that's made for this for this longer LK4, and it'll transform it. Then we'll put it on a card and slip it in and print it, and we'll go from design all the way to the printed object. So okay, until then, everybody, I want to say Merry Christmas again, and let's hope for a lot better new year coming up in 2021, and I will see you guys real soon. And as Doug would say, see you guys. Good one.